Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another night here at the ARCS Racing Networks. This is SK coming live from virtual Michigan Motor Speedway for Thursday Night Thunder. We are ready to rock and roll once we go live. We are about ready to start green. I do know Bossy Geo qualified on the pole. So once we get live cup, they are green and mean heading into turn one. Boss E Geo leading this race. Turn V in second at the moment. First lap complete without any hitches. We are racing, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Lurkin Tom Gaming in third, but maybe not for long. The 22 down low, looking to make a good, clean pass. Let's try and get towards maybe the middle of the field. Get a good view of everything that's got going on. Boss EG is still leading this race. Nifty Agenda in the 22. Little fun fact about Michigan. We covered Michigan earlier in ARCS 2 and 3 and A squared. Michigan, the lines are really weird. A lot of tracks, like the 1.5 miles and everything else, you usually want to try and fight for the bottom. But at Michigan, multiple lines could be taken and still be very effective. As you see, some of the drivers kind of sticking to the middle line and still making it work and getting plenty of run-off speed. Michigan is a unique 2-mile racetrack, one of the very few that's still standing in the 2-mile zone, next to Indianapolis and Pocono. Unfortunately, Auto Club was the one that we lost, so unfortunate, but this track is almost like a feather the throttle restrictor plate track, where you just kind of feather the throttle a little bit, get her glued in the corner, and you got great exit speed. So the cars, if they get them set up right, we're going to see a lot of good racing like we have. Super clean so far. Bossy Geo still leading this race. Turn V second. And Nifty Agenda and Lurkin Tom are side by side for third. Looks like we're going to start getting 2 rows formed up as we enter the corner 3, almost 4 wide towards the back. Moldy Muskrat, or not, sorry, I can't remember who's subbing for Moldy. I believe that is Glixen subbing for, yep, that is Glixen subbing for the young man known as Moldy Muskrat. Glixen, Tier 2 driver, has already got a win in TNT, so he's really trying to flex his muscle with the big boys here tonight. Right now, running in the top 5, Deplorable Me, rocking and rolling. Nifty Agenda still up there. COT Tommy works his way into the mix within striking distance of a top 5 finish right now. Get you a lap count on how many laps to go at the line here. We got 94 laps remaining. And we've got some beautiful racing action going on right now. Riding along with the number 41 of Glixen, just to kind of get a good view on the rest of the field. Turn V looks to take that good middle line to try and get a good runoff on Bossy Geo, who's led virtually every lap since the start. Look at these guys rocking and rolling 2, almost 3 wide every turn. Great racing going on right now. Lurkin Tom going way up high. Not sure if that was a mistake or if he's starting to play tire conserve. Sometimes at Michigan, like I said, multiple lines can be taken, and you can run this track virtually the same in any 3 of the lines. The high line seems to be the tire saving line. They're not gonna burn those right sides up near as much, because the right front is going to play a major factor when the car is going to start feeling really tight. Right now, the number 41 of Lixon, who's subbing for Modi Muskrat, looking to give Modi a good points day. Reports from the pits right now. Getting reports from some of the spotters. We are showing at 14 to 16 laps on fuel. So in about 5 to 6 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, we're probably going to start seeing green flag pit stops, as rest of the field has kind of bunched up. As we bunch up, let's try and give some driver spotlights during these green flag races. Still see all the action. There's that famous number 4. Oh, looks like we got some spinning going on. 2 cars, good friends at that. Deplorable Me and COT Tommy crashing. We witnessed it right there. Looks like Deplorable Me got into the back of, I believe that was the 19 or the 11. So not sure if that's going to pull up the first caution or not. But I believe they are slowing down and checking up. So we're going to throw the caution lights up for the first time tonight. Very rarely do we ever see a caution here at Thursday Night Thunder. So I'm going to take a moment to drop around and check out the rest of the rides. There's the number 3 of Suis Sideways. The number 48 of Tri-State. Right in front of him, you saw the 24 of Richie C, USA. Driving the 96 is Yaw Grams, subbing for Marsh Morrow, which was our Season 1 champ. Unfortunately, he moved about 7 states away from where he was originally at. So he's still trying to get set up. So unfortunately, we miss Marsh. Marsh, if you can hear this, we miss you deeply, and we can't wait for you to be back racing with us. The number 8 of Twisted, number 18 of Twisted Navy, our current race leader. The number 8 of Boss E Geo. The number 19, Lurkin Tom, points leader and first ever Thursday Night Thunder champion. The number 11 of Term V, our Season 1 of 2021 Xfinity champion in the field tonight. The 22 of Nifty Agenda in that red and white Ford Mustang. He was our Season 1 of 2021 runner-up in points. The number 88 of Arch Enemy. Good to see him ready to force. The number 2 of COT Tommy in that beautiful PPG machine. One of my favorite paint schemes of all time. Not sounding biased. Then we've got the 51 of Riley. Of course, the number 41 of Blixen, who is subbing for Modi Muskrat. Shout out to my wife sitting about 15 feet away from me. Modi Muskrat is her favorite driver. Modi, shout out to you if you're watching. If you pop in, drop us a line, buddy. Of course, the number 4 of Deplorable Me. And I believe that was everybody in the field tonight. I think I covered everybody. So I'm going to pull back up the Boss E Geo as they are lined up. I'm going to go to the rear chase as we should be going green. If you're watching, I see we've got some viewers. Drop me a line. Who you cheering for? What's going on? Let's talk. Let's chit chat. Let's have some fun here at Thursday Night Thunder of the Alliance Racing Championship Series. Bossy Gio gonna lead the field into the restart zone. Caution lights are off. We are going green, baby. Bossy Gio with a beautiful run on the inside. The inside line prevailing very well. Boss going to kind of take the middle approach at first to try and maybe save a little bit of that fresh set of Goodyears he just went and picked up. Right now, Working Tom in second, doing what he does. Oh, sorry, that is not Working Tom in second. Got a little ahead of myself. That is the 96 of Grams. And that 96 must be a golden number. Last season at Rick James TV1, we witnessed Marsh Morrow dominate TNT. And here, Grams drops in the 96 to sub for him. And he's got a breath of fresh life as that car is currently running second. Working Tom in third. Looks like Briley and I believe, let me try and move over to Briley, see who's racing side by side with him. That is the 41 of Blixen, another sub. So we've got a couple Tier 2 drivers subbing here in Tier 1 series, and they're looking to make a name for themselves as they are rocking and rolling. Look at these guys, 4 wide through the turns at Michigan. I love this racetrack, ladies and gentlemen. Good, clean group racing action as they enter turn 1 and 2. Bossy Gio still in control. Working Tom in second, Briley in third. Riding along with the 51 Toyota to try and get us the best view of the pack. Oh, Working Tom looks to be going around Bossy Gio with the help of the 51. See if maybe those two Toyotas can rock and roll. Guys rock and roll and have a lot of fun. Deplorable Me has worked his way back through the field. He is now in fourth. Who is involved in that first accident? COT Tommy is currently in the battle between like 4 other drivers for the 6th position. He's currently being scored in 8th, so a little bit of update for those drivers. Let's ride around in the middle of the pack just to show you the action throughout the rest of the track. We are rocking and rolling here tonight at Thursday Night Thunder. If you like what you see and you want to be a part of this, visit racearcs.com. Fill out the application. We will get you into the Discord as soon as possible. I say application loosely. It's just to get your information, what you want to run. Is your ARCS. We run Xbox. We run iRacing. We run them all as they are 3 wide in the turn 4 and into the backstretch. Look at these guys rock and roll. This is beautiful racing. Bossy Gio still leading this race. So you saw into the corner, you can bring up a little technical here. Into turn 2, you saw how some drivers were kind of checking up, some drivers were setting in deep. There's 2 different really ways to take this racetrack and still be effective. One is to kind of set it in deep, drag the brake a little bit, get the car to rotate, and then hammer out. And then the other way is to kind of let off a little early, let the car coast through the corner, and once again jam the throttle. Both systems work effectively. It's just kind of a driver's niche on how you want to work it. Honestly, sometimes, depending on tire wear, dragging the brake just a tad bit, not a lot, just kind of dragging it just to get that tight car to loosen up as we are 3, almost 4 wide into turn 3 and 4. What racing we've got going on here tonight. Let's pop back up to the front as Deplorable Me looks to challenge Lurkin Tom and Bossy Geo. You saw Deplorable Me was in that accident early on and was able to get the damage fixed and started from the back and is now fighting for the lead. Talking to Deplorable Me earlier, he felt very confident in this race, knowing he's got a super good chance to win. Bossy Geo still leading this race. Lurkin Tom, Briley, Deplorable Me, and the number 96 of Yacht Grams and Twisted Davy. Kind of round out your top 6. I really can't give you 1 through 6 because they are changing positions every 50 feet. It is amazing racing we've got going on here, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be an exciting night here in Thursday Night Thunder. 79 laps to go. Look at these drivers changing lanes, changing lines every corner to try and get the advantage. This is what, like I said it before and I'll say it again, this is so unique about Michigan. Is there's so many different racing lines you can take here to be competitive and make passes. It just, you got to change your driving style for every line. It's super exciting. You see it here. You saw passing on the outside. You see passing on the inside. You've seen drivers swapping, doing the over-unders, over or under-overs. It's been amazing here tonight. As let's pop back up to the front. Bossy Gia was finally overtaken. Lurkin Tom comes in and is running in the first position in that 19 Tracker Toyota. Riley rocking it out in third. Bossy Geo, who's led the majority of these laps, in second, looking to take the lead back from Lurkin Tom. Two of the best in the business duking it out. Lurkin Tom, hailing from the East Coast of the United States. Bossy Geo, hailing all the way from the clear waters of the Bahamas. ARCS is indeed worldwide, east to west, north to south. From the United States to the Bahamas to Canada to all over the world, we've got racers all over. As looks like we are bringing out our second caution of the night. If we go in, I'm actually going to interview our third place driver, the number 51 of Briley. I very rarely pull him into the booth, so I figured his time is due. Let's see if they pop in, and we will rock and roll here. Riley, it's SK in the broadcast booth. Can you hear me, buddy? Well, unfortunately, it looks like Riley couldn't quite hear me. We'll go ahead and send him back up into the voice chat here. Tried pulling Riley in. Sometimes Discord doesn't kind of always like to be friends with me, so we will rock and roll. Right now, amazing racing going on here tonight. Who's going to win the race off pit road? Looks like it's Bossy Geo winning the race off of pit road. He is going to get that inside line to start this race. TNT runs things a little old school, so a lot of the viewers who watched me have been paying attention to A squared. We run the choose cone rule. So when we get to the start finish line, you're allowed to choose your lane. Here at TNT, we do everything the old Winston Cup. Points, filing lineups, everything is done based off the old system. TNT, we like to keep things a little different and a little classic, and it produces amazing racing as you've seen here. So we've got a new member up in the top 5. Richie C USA has worked his way up to the outside line in row 2. Right now, Bossy Geo, Lurkin Tom, Riley, Richie C USA, Deplorable Me round out your current top 5. Caution lights are coming off. We're about ready to hit the restart zone. Let's go racing. Good, clean restart. Bossy Geo really working that inside line at the moment, trying to be fast. The 19 and the 51, Team Toyota. We've witnessed Team Toyota work together very, very well in every series. Those guys are seriously linked up. Now, Lurkin Tom able to get around Bossy Geo on the inside with a lot of help from the 51 of Riley, the number 4, Deplorable Me in that Ford, looking to try and make a move as well. Let's actually kind of move to the middle, to that middle of this pack so we get a better view of everything that's going on, as they are 2, almost 3 wide through the turns. Huge shout out to our 2 Tier 2 drivers racing tonight who are subbing. Let's give a shout out to Gavin Hutspitz, or otherwise known as Blixen, in that 96, and Yag Grams. Yag Grams is in the 96. Glixen, I believe, is in the 41. 2 subs. Awesome to see Tier 2 drivers coming in, hanging with the big boys here in TNT. And they are showing that they belong. I'm going to keep the camera on the middle. I will be right back. I'm going to make a quick errand real quick. I got to go check on something inside the house and check on this technical difficulty I'm kind of working with here on Streamlabs. Give me just 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. My laptop decided it said it wasn't charging anymore, so I had to trace the wire back, and come to find out my lovely, cute cat decided to go back there and lay down and unplug one of the things from my power source. But we are fully loaded. Look at Term V leading this race. He has led a lap. He's going to get those bonus points. Team Toyota, 1 and 2, Bossy Geo right there. Richie C USA is also within striking distance. Look at all these cars as we continue rocking and rolling. Term V still leading this race. We get you a lap count here. 64 laps remaining. We are rocking and rolling here at Michigan. Working Tom looking to go down the low line. Was able to get it formed. Term. Let's see if we can't get some pit reports on how much fuel is left. Let's check with the spotters. Looks like we are about 12 laps to 13 laps of fuel. 63 laps remaining. So we're going to see some green flag pit stops here. Oh, looks like the 51 of Briley down into the grass. Not sure if there was another car. We're going to stay up here with the leaders to see if the caution flag flies again. Let's see what happens as the leaders come to the start-finish line. Nope, we are still racing. No caution. Looks like just Riley unfortunately caught himself in a bad situation. Term V still leading this race. Working Tom second, Bossy Geo third. Looks like Nifty Agenda in fourth. And I believe that blue and orange car back there is Richie C USA. Looks like Yag Grams is fighting for fifth as well, along with the Horrible Me. So there is a good battle for fifth going on. Richie C catches a little bit of problems. So it looks like the top six has kind of broken away from the rest of the pack. Top seven, Richie C still right there. Working Tom right now leading this race. Bossy and Geo nose to tail with him. Nifty Agenda goes up and commits with Term V in the middle line. They get really good runoffs. Still a lot of good racing here tonight, as this front pack has kind of broken away. See if we can't get fuel counts. Looks like we're about 7 to 9 laps on fuel. Drivers have already started complaining the cars are starting to feel a little bit tight. in entry and a little loose on exit. Some guys are complaining the tires are already getting down into the 40 percentile range in the right sides. We're at 58 laps remaining. Pit stops will be coming within the next 4 to 5 minutes, about 7 laps or so. We're probably going to start seeing drivers go down pit road. Looks like they are checking up. We are under caution. Not sure what happened, but looks like we're going to call the caution, and that's going to be a good thing. Let's pull our race leader in, which will be Working Tom. See if we can't pull him into the booth. Make sure he goes down pit road. Pretty sure he's going to. He is going down at pit road. Let's pull Working Tom into the broadcast booth. Working, it's SK in the booth. Can you hear me, buddy?
Hey, man. How you doing?
Doing good, man. We have some awesome racing here at Michigan. Team Toyota, you, Briley, Term, you guys are kicking butt. How's this race going for you guys right now?
Like, honestly, we haven't communicated too much about what we want to do, but it's just kind of worked out. We're getting good runs. Just trying to keep our track position out there. The draft is really seriously affecting things, so it's hard to get away from anybody. Just trying to keep it clean.
You guys are doing a good job. Michigan may not seem like a tough track, but it's like restrictor plate. Cautions usually breed caution, but you guys have kept it clean. This is only our third caution tonight. Still a lot of amazing racing, so hopefully you'll be able to maintain that lead. Looks like, unfortunately, Turn bit you off of pit road, but you should be able to take it back shortly.
Yeah, still making adjustments on my car. It cost me a little time, but that's all right.
All right, well, I'm going to get you back up into the chat so you can hear Race Control give you the countdown. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, man.
That was Lurkin Tom in the number 19 Toyota machine. And what's really funny is I always talk about Team Toyota working together. And in the chat, they very rarely talk to each other. It's like this ESP wavelength thing that these guys got going on. Out of all the teams, they always seem to work the best. Unfortunately, they are lacking in the A squared, where Ford is running away with the points. But in TNT, they have really picked up the pace, being some of the top finishing cars. Right now, Turn V, Working Tom starting in the front row. Looks like it's Deplorable Me, Bossy Geo in the second row. Richie C USA and Nifty Agenda in the third row. COT Tommy has worked his way back up to the field alongside Yog Grams in the fourth row. Hit the restart zone. I'm a little late getting the caution lights off. We are racing. The inside line gets a beautiful run. We'll see how this tends to pan out. Tom was able to work his way back up to second. Lucky for a lot of these drivers, we haven't had to make any green flag pit stops yet. we've had cautions just roughly before the fuel window finally runs out. So we're kind of interested to see how, if these guys clean it up some and get these green flag pit stops in, on how strategy is going to affect it. Michigan is kind of a weird track. Unlike the restrictor plate tracks where they don't wear any tires at all. Yes, you pack race here like a restrictor plate track. You gotta lift. You gotta kind of have to get aggressive into the turns to get the car to rotate a little bit, so you do burn the tires up. But tonight, we've seen, drivers say, hey, I'm hitting the 40s, hey, I'm hitting the 30s with the spotters and crew chiefs. So, you got to take tires. So strategy really kind of plays into who can stay out longer and who can get that good, clean pit stop in and out of pit road without any penalties. So that'll be interesting to see once we finally hit green flag pit stops. But right now, we are rocking and rolling. We still got a long ways to go. 52 laps remain here in the Motor City known as Michigan Motor Speedway. Sorry, Michigan International Speedway. I keep saying Motor Speedway. It's Michigan International Speedway. Ryan, DP, Tommy, if you're hearing me, you should probably fire me. Just kidding, don't fire me. I love doing this for you guys. Term V still rocking and rolling here tonight. Richie C USA has moved his way up to the top 3. That is an astonishing feat. Probably one of our best restrictor plate racers in the business here, rocking it at the 2-mile racetrack. Bossy Gio in, well, technically being scored as second, but those two are side by side. Term V right there within striking distance. Let's get to the middle towards the back of the pack so we can see the rest of the field. Let's ride along with Nifty agenda as Nifty gets a little loose out of corner exit there. Look at this pack go as Richie C USA looks to take the inside line on Term V. Let's actually pop back up to Term V to see if he is able to get it. Trying to find a good card to be able to see the whole pack. Richie C USA and Richie C USA and Term V still side by side. See if I can try to ride along with Bossy Gio. That'd probably be the best one to do the rest of the field as he is in third. Term V able to win the battle with Richie C at the moment. Bossy Gio is going to have his hands full with working Tom. Oh, we are shuffling back there. No, there is a few cars wrecking. I believe that was the 18 and the number 4 of Deplorable Me. The 96 of Young Grams. The 18 of Twisted Navy caught up to it. Let's catch back up with the race leaders. I believe the caution flag is gonna fly this time. Term V. Yep, caution lights are on. It is confirmed we are under caution. Term V leading this race. Here in just a second, we will pull in our current race leader, Term V. Looks like one driver's going to stay out to try and get his lap back. Let's go ahead and pull Term V into the broadcast booth. My old broadcasting partner, A Squared, here on the ARCS Racing Networks. Term V, driver of the number 11 Toyota. Term, this is SK in the booth. Can you hear me, buddy? Term, it's SK in the booth. Can you hear me, buddy? Looks like we're not catching any luck with Term. Let's pull DP in the booth real quick. Hey, Deplorable, it's SK in the booth. Can you hear me, buddy?
What?
It's SK in the booth. Can you hear me, buddy?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
All right, DP, the driver of the number 4 Busch Ford Mustang in the booth. Man, you know, you're one of the contenders to probably win this race, but you are having all the bad luck tonight.
Yeah, it's got to be really exciting up there for the fans, but it feels like a train wreck waiting to happen every lap up there in the front. We're just racing hard. The car's really fast. I'm gonna have to work my way back up through the field again, but the car's been doing that well. So it's getting towards the end of the race. If we can have a good restart here, gain some spots, and we get another caution, we're gonna be right back in this thing.
All right, well, I'm gonna throw you back up to the booth. Give a shout out to everybody in the voice chat saying, hey, you guys are giving me some bitchin' racing. That was Deplorable Me, the driver of the number 4 who was involved in that last accident. He's worked his way up through the field twice. Started in the back. Each restart has been able to get within striking distance of the top 3. So it'll be interesting to see how this pans out. Richie C. USA up front. Kirby still rocking and rolling as your leader. Kirby looking to add another win to the list. I don't think he's pulled one off at TNT yet. I could be wrong. So if I am, Term, I'm sorry. But we will definitely see some good racing. Looks like we're going to delay the grid one more time as a few drivers head down pit road. But why that's happening, let's go ahead and throw up a side-by-side commercial for the general ARCS Racing Network or racearcs.com video for iRacing and Xbox. Well, I clicked the wrong button, ladies and gentlemen. That was our Indy ARCS commercial. Yes, IndyCar is coming to the Alliance Racing Championship Series. You're used to seeing NASCAR. Well, myself and Alex Simkowski, otherwise known as Stitch, you would catch him occasionally broadcasting some races with us. We are bringing IndyCar to ARCS on iRacing. Rick James dabbled with it a little bit in the Winter Indy. If you caught that on twitch.tv/RickJamesTV1. Had a lot of success on the Forza side, and now we're bringing it to iRacing in an official full series here. Term V right now going to be leading the charge into the restart zone. The caution lights are off. We are going racing back at Michigan International Speedway. The Motor City Toyota taking it to the Chevrolets and the Fords here this weekend. What an amazing feat. Right now, the number 11 and the number 24 got really good restarts. Outside line seems to have been struggling all race long. let's move around, and we're actually going to ride around with our 4th place driver, Sua Sideways, who's right now battling for the number 3 and 4 spot. Get a good view of the field as we are rocking and rolling. Deplorable Me said it was kind of a ticking time bomb. And look at Deplorable Me. He is already back up to the top 6. We're about ready to complete lap 58 of 100. So we're going to go 62 laps to go at the line. The entire field separated by less than a second from first to last. 14 racers on the racetrack. This is amazing racing. You couldn't ask for anything better than this. If the agenda has worked his way back up, let's see if we can't try to ride along with the number 22 of Nifty Agenda, as he is now battling for first for the first time. He's at the highest he's been all night, in 2nd place. One laps remain here in the Motor City. Right now, currently your top 4 goes as followed. Turn V, Nifty Agenda, Richie C USA, and Riley. Looks like the number 3 is Sua Sideways rounds out your top 5. Ooh, not sure what happened. But we are turning the caution lights have turned back on. So it looks like we are under caution yet again. Looks like the number 88 of Arch Enemy going to get back up. Deplorable Me as well. We haven't interviewed Sua Sideways in a while. Let's get Suicide and see maybe if we can't pull him into the broadcast booth. Suicide, it's SK in the booth. Can you hear me? Man, heck of a race. You've worked your way up into the top 5. How's the Motor City treating you?
And it's actually going pretty well. And I feel like I got a pretty good setup going, and got a good fast car. If I can make my way up through the traffic here, and I feel pretty confident here. We just raced here a couple weeks ago, so I'm pretty comfortable here, and yeah, hopefully we can keep it going and get us at least a top 5.
Heck yeah, definitely doing a great job out there. Definitely, boss needs a little bit of help on the Chevrolet side to sock it to those Team Toyotas. Hopefully, you can get up there and show them what's up here in the Motor City.
Yes, sir. We're going to try to do our best here.
All right, well, I'm going to send you back to the voice chat since the guys are starting to exit pit road. And you guys are going to get lined up. Good luck, and hopefully we might be able to see you here on the ARCS Racing Network podium.
Let's hope so. Thank you.
That was the voice of the number 3 Chevrolet Camaro of Sua Sideways, or otherwise known as Cody Riggs. Right now, he is going to start on the preferred low line. So this has now been the 4th caution of the night. Out of the 3 cautions, the low line has had amazing restarts. The top side has kind of been a little iffy, so it'll be interesting to see how this one pans out let's go to my patent rear chase cam as looks like the caution lights have turned off. Suicide Ways is ready to enter the restart zone. We are rocking and rolling. It looks like the inside line has finally got it together this restart. Turn V able to duck down, and Richie C both. The outside line has really stepped it up this time. Those two drivers able to get a good jump on the rest of the field and able to get down low to try and tackle the inside. Looks like Suicide Ways playing a little bit of tire strategy, riding that middle line. He elected not to pit. He's kind of banking on another caution halfway through. Like we've seen, we've been kind of seeing a pattern. Once the drivers start complaining about the tires getting into the 40s and the 30 percentile range, you know, maybe about 6 to 7 laps before the pit stops are supposed to happen, we start seeing caution, start seeing drivers start getting a little tight. Some drivers getting a little loose. This track is very tricky for being as fast as it is. Now, these drivers are hitting every bit of, you know, the high 170 mile an hour mark. So, you know, it's not your typical racetrack. Like I said, this is considered a 2-mile racetrack, just barely shorter than a super speedway, and definitely longer, a half-mile longer than your cookie cutter tracks, such as Miami, Charlotte, all those. And woo, we got one spinning around. That's Yog Graham's. Not sure. I know he's had network issues this week in the truck series, so not sure if that was what caused it. Right now, Richie C USA out to a really decent lead. The first time tonight somebody's had that much real estate behind him all night long. And oof, looks like the caution breeds the caution here tonight. Richie C leading the race here. Why we are under caution. Caution lights are on. We're gonna probably make a few trips down at pit road and go back to it. This is very strange for Thursday Night Thunder. Usually I complained that we have not enough cautions in the race, and we are at 5 already. But Michigan's a tough track. Michigan is a very fast, very aggressive track where I touched base earlier, if you were watching, to where there are multiple lines you can take. It's unlike most of the 1.5 miles where it's the bottom line is key. The bottom line is your friend. Michigan, you can run almost 4 different racing lines, and you're seeing the drivers do it. And so this time, now that I have the right button clicked, let's throw up our Race ARCS commercial for both the Xbox side and the iRacing side. Visit racearcs.com to check out everything we are doing on the Xbox and iRacing side. The store will be opening soon. Get the Alliance Racing Championship Series merchandise such as stickers, t-shirts, hoodies, that's just the beginning of it. We've been looking at getting other merchandise as well. Richie C USA leading the race. Decided to stay out. Nifty Agenda was able to get out in second. Bossy Geo inside line in row 2. Term V in row or outside on turn 2. We are about ready to go green. Flags are off. Let's rock and roll. At the line, we'll be at 32 laps remaining, right along with the 24 of Richie C USA, who looks to have a super fast short run car. He gets way out there. Looks like the 51 of Briley looking to make a move on the inside, being pushed by the number 4 in Deplorable Me. The number 8 up there trying to give a little bit of help to the 24. The 51 looking to try and hug that inside line and get right on that apron and gets a good runoff. Ooh, the 24. Oh, we are wrecking again. That time it was the number 18 of Twisted. Looks like a single car, unfortunately, for the number 18 of Twisted Navy. Let's catch back up with our race leader, Riley, who is led a lap and is actually leading a good amount. He's got a lot of real estate behind him. And judging by how they're fanning out, we are at caution yet again. I know Race Control is probably having a field day tonight. TNT, usually caution-free races. Tonight, we are in our 6th caution of the evening. But definitely good race. We've seen a lot of action. These guys are going for broke. Briley's entered the pits. Let's see if we can try to get Briley one more time. Hey, Briley, it's SK in the broadcast booth. Can you hear me, buddy?
How you doing, man?
Hey, man, you had a lot of real estate, and unfortunately that caution came out. But that number 51 Toyota is looking pretty darn good out there.
Yeah, we're just trying to keep it clean out here. I tried to make some moves at the beginning of the race, and I knew I had to back off a little bit, and I'm trying not to back off as much as I did at the beginning of the race, so just trying to keep it up front here.
Well, looks like you did pretty decent off of pit road, so I'm going to get you back into the general chat as you guys should be going green this time by, but I just want to pull you in and say you're driving a heck of a race car tonight, and good luck.
All right, thanks, man.
That was the driver of the number 51 Rowdy Energy Toyota, who was leading this race before the caution, but looks like we are going to group back up. And we have a new race leader, which I believe is COT Tommy in that number 2 PPG machine. along with Tristrand in the number 48, has made his way into the top 5 first time tonight. Caution lights have been turned off. Looks like we're going to be going green this time by. They're going to hit the restart zone. We are racing. Both lines finally have gotten good restarts. We are going to see side-by-side action going into turns 1 and 2. At the start of this race, you've noticed the inside line usually gets great runoff because they're not at speed yet. But once we get up to speed, both inside and the outside lines really don't have an advantage over each other. As you see, the outside line is prevailing pretty hard as Riley is pulling away. DePormel making a great move on the super low inside, getting around half the pack up into second place. Still riding around with COT Tommy to give us the best view of everything that's happening in the pack. Look at those guys. They are 4 wide in the back. Looks like they're crashing again. Oh, more crashing. Look, let's see if they can't keep it straight. Oh, nifty agenda into the wall as well. Let's pull back up to our race leaders, which is the number 19 of Workin' Tom. See if they back it off. Looks like we are still racing. We're going to keep it green here tonight. The top 10 all still under a blanket here. These guys are just rocking and rolling, putting on an amazing show. Couldn't ask for a better race to broadcast tonight. Workin' Tom in the lead. Looks like the 88 of Arch Enemy up towards the top for the second time tonight. But see Arch now battling it. DePormel rocking and rolling as they're 3 wide going into turn 3 and 4. Workin' Tom still leading this race. Racing very fast and definitely rocking. He's got plenty of real estate as the rest of the drivers are going to try and do something, as Workin' Tom looks to be coming up on a lap car. Unfortunately, I believe that was the 22 of Nifty Agenda who got caught in that awful wreck, but no caution was called because he was the only car spinning. Nifty was able to pull off the track, and we are still racing here. Top 10 still pretty much second through 10th is pretty much still. Oh, they are crashing back there. Looks like it's the number 11 of Turn V, the 88 of Arch Enemy. Going to ride along with Workin' Tom as he's going to come to the line to 22 to go. The question is we'll see if those caution lights turn on. And if they do, we are under caution. Let's just kind of pay attention to Workin' Tom and see how he exits this corner. And there they are. Caution lights are on, so we are under caution yet again here tonight. Working Tom to pour with me. Luckily enough, that was exactly what Nifty Agenda needed. He's going to go back and get his lap back. That is definitely something he really needed. While we're under commercial, let's go ahead and throw up the Jingle Jam teaser. Quick shout out to the number 48 Tristrand, or Tristan Catania, who makes every one of these commercials for us. As you see, they are literally Hollywood quality. Check this out. In the top 5 right now, 3 Toyotas. They keep talking about Team Toyota. Me, I'm not a Toyota fan. Can't stand them personally. But these guys as drivers are just so flawless when it comes to working together. They don't even have to talk to each other in the chat. They just know. Working Tom gonna lead us to the restart zone. Caution light should be turning off at any second. And if they do, we know we're going green. Nope, looks like the caution lights have turned back on. We're going to do one more parade lap here around Michigan International Speedway. Working Tom right now leading this race. Deplorable Me in second. Third is the 51 of Briley. Fourth, the 18 of Twisted Navy. Glad to see after he's had a little bit of problems early on, he is back in business. They're going to be doubling up. See if they go back. Looks like Blixen in the 41 substituting for Moldy Muskrat. And that 41. Once again, shout out to the Tier 2 drivers, Blixen and Yaw Grams, for stepping up to be subs here in TNT. We allow subs in Thursday Night Thunder with our tier systems. We've got ARCS 2 and 3. ARCS 3 being the bottom tier, ARCS 2 being the middle tier. And the Tier 2 drivers this season were allowed to sub in for Tier 1 drivers. In the restart zone, caution lights are off. Working Tom leading the charge. Briley right behind him. Here we go. We are heading into turn 1. These cars have been racing each other non-stop. It has been non-stop action here. We'll get you a lap count in just a second. I know the fuel window is pretty much closed. If we stay green, we won't have to worry about pit stops. But question is, can we stay green? Looks like it's Lurkin Tom, Riley, Deplorable Me, Arch Enemy, and COT Tommy. 18 laps remain. So if we stay green, no more pit stops. We are racing to the end. Let's move kind of towards the middle of the field so we can kind of get, or like more the middle of that first pack. Working Tom has gained one bit of real estate. Let's get a little bit further up front. Let's right along COT Tommy in at number 2, PPG Penske Ford Mustang. Deplorable Me still in second. Looks like Twisted Navy's finally got a good handle on that race car. Challenging Deplorable Me, and the 51 gets behind the 18 as they are 3 wide down the front stretch. Let's try and go to the chase view as they dip back to 2 wide. They're now 3. Tommy takes a 3 wide exiting turns. Look at the shot, guys. We are getting excellent racing. Beautiful move by the number 2 of COT Tommy. Working Top still leading this race. Twisted Navy up in second. COT Tommy in third. Well, for the moment, 2 wide passing. And they're also going to try. Oh, another big wreck. Whoa, Tommy upside down. Went flying through the air. Let's catch back up with the rest of the field and see. Oh, looks like the number 3 is Suicideways also involved. Let's go back up to our race leader and see if the caution lights turn on. Looks like they're flashing, so we are under caution yet again here tonight. We're going to try and pull COT Tommy into the booth if he's not too heated and ask if he is okay. He went for a ride there. Let's try and pop in with COT Tommy and ride along with him. Make sure he goes in the pit should, because he's probably got very extensive damage here tonight. Let's pull COT Tommy into the broadcast booth. Tommy, it's SK in the booth. Can you hear me, buddy?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Hey, man, I'm just trying to check in to make sure you're okay. You went for one heck of a ride. You were Ricky Bobby flying through the air on that one.
Yeah, it was a tough one. It's been a tough race, but luckily we have unlimited fast repairs here, so going to come down pit road, get 4 fresh tires, and repair some of this damage, and try to make a run to the finish here.
Hey, you know, I know that this is kind of very uncommon for TNT. We've had a decent amount of cautions, but I told a few of the other drivers to give a shout out up in the voice chat. You guys are giving us some bad to the bone racing night. It has been nonstop action. You guys are definitely showing why you guys are tier 1.
Yeah, I mean, the racing's great. The problem is it breeds cautions the way it is, and it is what it is. It's a very high draft track, and we're right on top of each other, and anytime we go 3 or 4 wide, we seem to get a little squirrely, and there's normally a wreck that follows. So hopefully we can go green here to the end.
All right, well, I'm going to send you back into the voice chat. Looks like you guys are going to be lining up to go green. Good luck, and tell everybody I said keep up the good show, guys.
Thanks, buddy.
COT Tommy, the driver of the number 2 PPG Ford Mustang. Shout out to Workin' Tom, the number 19, the number 4 of Deplorable Me, and COT Tommy, who are your lead admins here in TNT. Let's go ahead and turn the chase cam off. Caution lights are off. They're about ready to hit the restart zone. We are racing Richie C USA on the outside. As a finish my statement, shout out to our admins for TNT for putting on these amazing races. COT Tommy, Workin' Tom, Deplorable Me, they work very hard to ensure that everybody here has good racing. I've got good racing to broadcast, and you fans see good, exciting racing. Workin' Tom leading the charge, Deplorable Me in second. Let's switch camera angles here and see if we can't get a bead on the third place. Looks like that is the number 18 of Twisted, but the 96 of Young Graham subbing for Marsh Morrow, and the 51 of Riley on the charge. We've got 4 Toyotas and the lone Ford in the top 5. We are on lap 90 of 100. So coming to the line, we'll be at 10 to go. Hopefully we will keep it green at lap 96. Cautions are off here at ARCS. We stopped calling cautions at 5 to go. So this is going to be make or break. Workin' Tom still leading the charge to the start finish line. 10 laps remaining. Look at these drivers go. What makes this track so difficult, we saw the row, and looks like, but they are still going. That will probably not breed the caution. We'll pay attention to Workin' Tom as they come across the start finish line. Oh, they are going to institute that as a caution. Caution lights are on. We are back under caution. When we go green, we will be caution-free the rest of the race. So to the fans watching at home, if you've never raced Michigan, or you always kind of wonder why Michigan usually has the same amount of cautions as, plate tracks like Daytona and Talladega. Well, the thing is about this racetrack is well, I've talked about, touched base with it a lot. There are multiple lines you can take and still be fast. Different ways to take the lines. Drag the brake a little bit, let off a little early, let the car coast. Drag the brake to make the car rotate. That's the difference between the inside-outside lines and the middle lines. We've seen guys pass on the outside tonight. We've seen guys pass on the inside tonight. Michigan is literally a 4-lane racetrack, and these guys have been utilizing all 4 lanes, and it's produced some amazing racing. Looks like Term V has elected to stay out and try and hold on to the race lead when we go green. This has been amazing racing here tonight. When we go green, we should be about 8 laps remaining here tonight. So definitely some awesome driving by all 14 of these TNT drivers, 2 in which are subs. They've looked to have a pretty clean race tonight. So shout out to our subs, Yog Grams and Glixen, who were asked to come up from the Tier 2, ARCS 2. You would catch them on Tuesday nights and come up here and run in Thursday Night Thunder. This is super awesome right now, as Term V, which was our Season 1 of 2021 Xfinity champion, Twisted Navy, looks like he won the race off pit road, is going to be starting on the high side here at Thursday Night Thunder. The Toyotas have been dominant, which is very crazy, as the top 4 are Team Toyota. In an A squared on Sundays, you'll see that the Fords are usually pretty dominant. The Chevrolets have a great race, but man, these Toyotas have been just glued together all race long. They are doubled up. Caution lights are going to be turned off here in just a second. Looks like they just turned off. Turn V is going to take us to the restart zone. He's going to count it down, and we are going to go back to green flag racing. Good restart by everybody. 7 laps remaining. If we can make it 2 laps without any incidents, we are going to take the caution flag, chuck it out to the fans, because we're not going to need it anymore. Here we go. Turn V. Riley leading the charge. Deplorable Me trying to tuck it in and try and break up these Toyotas. Arch Enemy doing a really good job of also trying to break up these Toyotas as well, entering into the fray. Glixen is in the fray as well. Working Tom leads the lap. Turn V down low. What side is going to prevail? Looks like the low line seems to be going as they're 3 wide yet again into through Michigan. Great racing. Still riding along with turn B because he's giving us the best view of the action. Let's pop back up to Arch Enemy as he is now in second place. Oh, drivers are, looks like they're scrambling around. Big wreck happening up front. Not sure if that's going to call the caution again. If it does, when we go green, again, we know for a fact we will be set in stone, but looks like they are still racing. The 19 leading the charge. The 88 still rocking and rolling. The number 4 in 4th place of Deplorable Me. And I believe that is the number 8 of Bossy Gia, which had a great first half of this race. Kind of fell a little bit behind, but now looking to take back what was originally his. He started out on the pole, but Lurkin Tom, probably one of the most dominant cars out here tonight. They're going to be side by side, 2 rows deep. Oh, Deplorable Me looks to go low. Maybe trying to hope to get a run on Arch. Arch Charlotte moved down to the bottom as Working Tom taking us across the start-finish line. Three laps remaining. 6 more miles to go. Look at these 4 go. Great racing here. Still riding along with Arch to give us the best view. Working Tom still in the lead. Bossy Geo in second. Deplorable Me and Arch Enemy side by side for third. A little bit of contact between Boss and Arch. Arch still has the speed. Looks like Deplorable Me sees working the high side. But ooh, gets kind of left out as he was going to go a little way higher. White flag is out. This time by, we are about ready to crown a race winner here. Will it be Lurkin Tom, Bossy Geo, Arch Enemy, or Deplorable Me? The top 4 still all under a blanket, all within striking distance. The draft has been very important tonight. Looks like the 88 going up high, trying to get the speed, hoping these guys pull in front of him, trying to catch the draft. But the number 4 saw what he was doing, goes up and keeps him up there. Looks like the number 4 is going to be able to get around him. Right along with the number 4, Deplorable Me, as they're going to come to the start-finish line. Checkered flag is a waving. Looks like it's going to be Working Tom takes the win. Deplorable Me in second, and spinning in the back was Arch Enemy, who is going to take third. Bossy Geo fourth. Riley fifth. Tri-Strand in the number 6 spot. COT Tommy in 7th. Here in just a moment, I'll get you the rest of the top 10. We're going to take a quick short break, and we're going to bring you the ARCS Racing Network Podium Term V 8th, Nifty Agenda 9th, Richie C USA in 10th. Back here in the ARCS Racing Network's podium, coming in third in fantastic spinning, mowing the grass fashion, the number 88 of Arch Enemy. Dude, this race has been nothing but excitement. We've seen drivers be in the top 3, and then back in the bottom half of the field in top 3, and then literally everybody has shuffled their way around, and you were able to shuffle your way back up to the 3rd spot. What a race. What was your key points to get in this podium?
He's not in here.
Uh-oh, I lost Arch. Oh, well, it looks like we lost Arch, unfortunately, so I guess we will move on to Deplorable. Let me get his name and graphics popped up.
What's up, SK?
Oh, I know you guys pride yourself on low cautions, but pardon my French, but that was some bitchin' racing tonight. I had so much action. Let me get the number 4 popped up. And DP, you were one of those ones. And I pulled COT Tommy into the broadcast booth earlier and was like, man, you keep working your way up and then just kind of falling back and working your way up. And you've had a lot of bad luck. Tell me what was your key to getting back up there?
I mean, really, I was being helped out by the way the cautions were going, because everybody was running 3 wide, 4 wide. There were so many places to race and be fast. So it was enticing to the guys to take it 3 wide on the outside, to make that move on the bottom, because you can be fast in a really wide area here at Michigan. And so it was difficult, but that number 4 Ford was super fast here at Michigan. I knew I was going to be fast coming into the race. So we was just able to work our way through the field a couple different times. At the end there, I was hoping Boss was going to do something more with Lurkin than what he did, and he didn't. So I was able to get the door on Boss, get him out of the way for second place. So we'll be happy with the points and go home with that. TNT could be a struggle sometimes. No playoffs, none of that stuff. So we're just trying to get those top 5s as much as we possibly can. And I'm going to come home with the top 5, so I'll be happy with it.
Definitely, and it's always excited to see the racing that we did here tonight. Lurkin, actually, DP touched base on everything tonight that I talked about during this broadcast, informing the fans that what makes this racetrack so much fun and so difficult in surviving is that all 4 lanes on this racetrack are fast, and you can be fast at. And we watched you through the first maybe half of the race work every racing line. And then, not to mention, you've been on a hot streak lately, winning a date with the lady in black twice last night or on Tuesday. And then here you are conquering Motor City. How, just really kind of curiosity was, how much were you looking in that rear view mirror to change your racing line like you were in the middle of this race?
Well, the draft was really important. So, you have to try, if you can get in front, you have to try and pull guys along in a line in a way that when they get into the turn, they're going to have to check up because they're getting pulled up next to each other. And so you kind of look for that and then try to get away, but it was really hard to do that. Really hard to do that. Really tight racing, a lot more cautions than I expected, but it's fun, it's fast. I hope it was fun to watch.
I pulled COT Tommy in, and I was telling the fans at home, normally we never see this many cautions in TNT, but Michigan is kind of the exception. It's a little bit worse than a restrictor plate track because of, you really don't need the draft as much to be fast in all 4 lines, but you were able to conquer the Motor City, and we saw some amazing racing when we were green flagged. It was just an exciting race. I cannot wait for next week. TNT definitely puts on a show. So Lurkin, of course, congratulations on yet another win this week. If you keep it up, man, maybe when we hit that 24 this week, DP may have probably been golden taking you for the team.
We'll see. NASCAR heat and iRacing are very, very different things. So I hope we do good there too as a team.
Absolutely. Once again, thanks all of the drivers here in TNT for putting on an amazing show. I also want to give a shout out to our 3 TNT admins. I shouted out them earlier: COT Tommy, Lurkin Tom, and Deplorable Me, who put countless hours into giving the racers, myself, the broadcaster, and you viewers this kind of racing action every Thursday. If you like what you saw, visit racearcs.com. Get started out in the truck series. Work your way up in the ARCS 2. We saw a couple ARCS 2 drivers in here. We shouted them out quite a bit because you were able to sub for TNT. You get to go and run with the big boys until you graduate ARCS 2 and move into the premier Xbox series known as Thursday Night Thunder. If you're on iRacing, check us out. We've got so much going on. Currently this season, we've got dirt late models on Mondays and trucks starting September 11th on Saturdays. Check out everything we've got going on in 2022. Anything from NASCAR to tour mods to IndyCar to street stocks. We're doing it all. We're racing non-stop here at the Alliance Racing Championship Series. Once again, visit racearcs.com. This is SK signing off.